Hi, my name's Ethan Lawrence.
This is Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage.
Hi, I'm Scotty Wartooth.
Hi, my name's Sean Smith.
Hi, my name is Desha Kiva.
This is Ryan McCombs from the band Soil.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Wait and Cage and Last LaRue.
Hi, this is Thijs from Cobra The Impaler. I had an amazing chat with Tom and Jamie from Chronicles of Podcast. Our album is actually out today. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 133rd edition of the Chronicles of Podcast. And these right here are the Chronicles of Cobra The Impaler. It is I, Jamie, and joining me as always this week is this handsome fella right here.
Tom. Oh yeah. It's me. I think it's me. Shall we just... What's wrong?
I'll just checking it's you. It's definitely.
Oh, sorry. My laptop fucked up while you were doing the intro, so I was like, am I in time? Hence why I was sat here going, hit it!
Ladies and gentlemen, this week we are bringing you a very special guest. This week's guest is the King Cobra himself. He is joining us to talk all about his upcoming second album, Karma Collision, released May 31st. This week we are joined by guitarist Thijs De Cloedt. Fuck that, I know I did. As we are bringing you the Chronicles of Cobra The Impaler.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for pronouncing my name quite good. I'm actually surprised.
Hey, I thought, fuck that. Yes.
Well done, well done.
So I know before, obviously, Jamie had internet issues, but and I've already asked this off air, but how's your Thursday been? Have you had a good day? Are you all good? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm really good, actually. Yeah, we're doing a lot of promotion for the upcoming release, and yeah, I'm enjoying myself and rehearsing a lot to prepare for shows. So yeah, quite busy.
That's what we like.
We love it.
So, what we like to do on the show
Jamie's
is...
done again.
What? Don't say that. Have I gone?
You did, but go on.
Oh.
You're back. It's
Scaring
fine.
me.
You're back. Don't worry. You're back. It's all good.
So, what we like to do on this show, we like to take things right back to the start for you. So, take us back to the days of your youth. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Actually, I always wanted to be like a designer because I always liked drawing a lot as a kid, and I kind of made my profession out of it. So that's my main job is being a graphic designer, and yeah, I also do it for my bands, which is nice to combine. It's because it's not easy to combine a full-time job with being in an ambitious band. So being a designer, it's perfect combination.
That's awesome. I love that. I know we're jumping all over the place here, but doing that, was there ever a thought in your head like, I want to keep the two completely separate. Let's have my day job and what I do outside. Or were you from the start like, nah, I could draw. I'm doing all my artwork.
Yeah. No, at the beginning, I always tried to keep it separated because I wanted to, when I was drawing, have a full focus on that, and when I was doing music, have a full focus on being a guitarist. But both worlds grew together, came together more and more along the way, and I finally ended up, when I started Cobra The Impaler, was like, I think my artwork kind of matches the style of the band, because I didn't want to force myself into being the artist or the graphic designer. But for some reason, it's nice having a combination of both, making the music and making the artwork. It's like one solid graphical and musical identity.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it. I saw the Bret Hart and the Hulk Hogan where he's pulling his nose. Is phenomenal. I saw that on your Instagram, I think. That is unbelievable. I loved it. Absolutely incredible.
Okay, cool, nice.
So, where did the love of music come from then? In the first place, was it influence from parents, or was it just something you stumbled across yourself?
The music. What's your question? Can you repeat the question?
The love of music, obviously growing up. Like, did you stumble across all that yourself, or was it influence from parents? Or
I think it was my dad had a big part in it, because even when I was like 11 and 12 years old, I went to like big open air festivals.
Amazing.
Seeing a lot of great bands, and I think the band that draw a lot of attention to me or pulled me towards more heavy stuff was actually the Pixies.
Oh,
So yeah, when I saw them, because I was like 11 or 12, and they were touring with that album called Trompe le Monde, which is a quite heavy album that I still like a lot. And they were really, really, really heavy. Like the volume was insane back in the days. Yeah, there was no sound limits, which was awesome.
oh yeah.
Well, despite my damaged ears, I enjoyed it. But no, it's yeah, the Pixies, and then kept on going to those festivals, and then seeing Metallica with the Black Album, and yeah, seeing Aerosmith would Get a Grip, and then really starts enjoying all those bands, and then went downhill from there, I guess, and moved on to Iron Maiden, then went to Slayer, then went to. I don't know what happened. My laptop just died.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like dead. I can't. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. So I had to rush off to my other computer, which I'm glad to have. Do you want to start over or keep on going?
yes. You mentioned. We'll do a SpongeBob 5 minutes later thing or something in the minute.
Sounds really good. It's perfect.
A few minutes later.
So you mentioned Iron Maiden, then we lost you.
Yeah, always the case with Iron Maiden. Fucking Iron Maiden. I hate that band. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. I love Maiden. Yeah, that was when I went to a lot of festivals with my dad, and then saw Metallica, then went Iron Maiden, Slayer, and then it became darker and darker with death metal and black metal, and then started playing in a lot of bands, which I'm still enjoying today. So yeah.
No, it's incredible. I mean, was there much of a scene in Belgium at the time?
Yeah, there actually always were like quite a lot of bands and a lot of cool festivals, like mainstream festivals, but also a lot of metal festivals. So yeah, it's a nice place to grow up actually.
Yeah, I used to live in Germany years ago.
Okay, yeah.
I've driven through your country a few times. It's stunning. I used to go to like the Netherlands, Belgium, go through France and stuff. Yeah, absolutely stunning. I love Europe. I can't believe that we've left you.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, it's a pity actually.
Yeah, we miss you. So we're hoping that one day, maybe down the line, we can reconnect.
Well, maybe because of global warming, the North Sea will be gone, and then we can just drive around.
Exactly.
one big country.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
So, what was it that made you want to become a guitarist? Particular, was it a particular performer or a song, or what was it?
Oh Jesus, that's there's not I can't name one artist that made me play guitar, but there's a few that's, I mean, especially the 90s. I really like Pearl Jam and Nirvana. Also, the intensity of their performance had so much appeal, not only to me but to the entire world. And then a lot of the heavy bands like Iron Maiden, Pantera, Dimebag Darrell was like a huge inspiration. Not only his playing, but the way he was as a person and the way he performed, and I love that. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard a bad word said about Dimebag.
Yeah, I think that's impossible. Yeah.
So, talking about Cobra The Impaler, then the band first released music in 2021, I believe it was. But how long before then did it all get started?
Well, yeah, I had that idea to do something like Cobra for a while, and I was just like writing music, like gathering. I had like a folder full of riffs and ideas, and then talking to Dirk Verburen, who's a friend of mine, who was like, the idea became more and more of something solid, and then we started sending him demos, and it's but for quite a while actually. Also in COVID, I also recorded the album, a lot of it before Corona, but then it was not a good idea to release an album mid the pandemic. So that's why we postponed it until 2021. But yeah, actually a few years before, I already was working on stuff.
Because all the members have come from different bands. Is that correct? And you formed some sort of supergroup powerhouse.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, it's especially for me I did all guitars and bass on the first album. And I was like, one of the two, because we have two singers, obviously, one who plays bass and then the other is just the main front guy. But I was like, I really had something more Alice in Changey in mind, and not to go too heavy vocal-wise. Like, it's because I really love extreme music, death metal and black metal, but vocals often are quite limited. And so I was like, looking for singers who kind of had the perfect voice to create what I envisioned musically, and that wasn't easy. But I found the right guys. I started off with Michele, who is the main songwriter for vocal parts, and then when we started recording, we were like, this is maybe too clean and should be a bit more heavy, and then we started looking for singers and stumbled upon Manuel, who's the other singer, and he has like a great, strong, powerful voice, adding like the right amount of power, because I like clean singing, but it was never. I always also wanted to avoid to become too clean and too.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not pussy metal. It's not Dream Theater, but it has to be powerful and and I like Dream Theater. not that I don't like them, but I don't want to. It has to be more powerful. And also like a lot of the vocal harmonies. Like what Alice in Chains is really great in that duo singing. I absolutely love it. The way the layer of musicality that they put on top of all those great guitarists is absolutely added value. So yeah.
I'll do it. Because obviously you're saying being in bands before. What inspired you to start this band? Because obviously you said you had the idea for it. What was the inspiration and the idea for it originally?
Well, actually, I started off in really, sub-genre bands. Like I played Aborted for around about 8 years and loved that. But then having a broad taste of music. Then played in a rock band who was more like I don't know, more based on classic stuff, like Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple. And I'd be having a broad taste. I was like, I'm kind of done choosing like either like a genre or a niche or sub-genre. So like I maybe just like, let's try to combine stuff, And there's other bands like Opeth and Mastodon and Gojira and Baroness that are really successful in combining genres and like who broaden the boundaries or the limitation of metal music, which I think is great. It is these days, people in general that go to metal shows, festivals and all that, they are more open-minded than what they used to be in the 90s.
Yes.
Like when you went to a black metal show back in the 90s, when you didn't have long hair, you were like, what the hell is he doing here? What a wimp.
He has no spikes on his clothes. Get out of here.
And that changed a lot. And I think that's the way to go. It's great. So yeah, then it's what I like about this band is that we're not limited because we want to be a death metal band or a black metal band. So yeah, that's the reason why we're doing this.
That's amazing. I like to ask this. I know this question gets asked a lot, but I like to ask because I'm always intrigued by what came first. But the name Cobra the Impaler, what led you to be calling the band that, and what did you have originally?
I think I had no alternative as a name. It was like a name that's I don't know actually where it came from. It just popped into my head. It's for me some sort of super villain or superhero kind of character, like for example Conan the Barbarian. It's I didn't really put much thought in it. I think it sounds great, and a lot of people are intrigued by that name, although it's nothing special, nothing original, but it has a certain ring to it, and it kind of, he's like, could be the ambassador for what this band is about, which is important in the band name.
Yes, and I mean, is he going to be the new Eddie?
Potentially, yeah.
That would be fucking cool. Just
No, because
like God.
yes, yeah. No, because I'm such a big fan of those Iron Maiden records from the 80s. That's amazing stuff. Also Megadeth, that Vic Rattlehead or something. He has a name. The
Rattlebones, I think it is. Vic Rattlebones.
Rattleheads, I think.
Like I don't know.
Yeah. Also great. I mean, if you see, if growing up and having like Rust in Peace on vinyl or Somewhere in Time from Iron Maiden, that's so amazing. And I was like, I also want to have something like that. So that's why I also stick to in the style of the artwork, kind of stick to it. I think that's great to have like that's visual identity, like all those great bands in the 80s had.
Yeah. That's what I love. Like, my favorite band in the world is Kiss, so I love that visual thing to hang on to. It just adds that extra layer.
Absolutely, yeah. I love their artwork. All their first albums is so amazing. Yeah. Great bands.
So, before we talk about the latest record, I just want to talk about like the creative process to the band. Are you guys lyrics then music, or music then lyrics, or is it just however it happens?
No, there's the way that we wrote this album is basically the same way we did for the first one. I didn't really want to change it because it seemed to work. So never change a winning way of working, I would say. And I basically write music, the demo, and I make demos, put the songs together, like roughly, but like a first full version of a song, and then send it over to both our singers, and then they come up with vocal lines, and then send it back to me, and then we go back and forth a bit to tweak the arrangements. But for me, it's also really great because for me, it's always a surprise what the vocalist will come up with, and because I can sometimes write a song that's really heavy, and for me, it's like, oh yeah, this is even on the verge of or close to Morbid Angel. Great. And then they send me back the song like, what the hell? Why didn't sing like ABBA on this? But that seems to work, and I love it, So it's and then I give feedback like, this could be more heavy, or this can even be more Freddie Mercury, as far as I'm concerned. But it's I don't know, it kind of works out for us this way.
So, do you know if their lyrics are then story based around the whole Cobra the Impaler type thing, or they have more personal lyrics for the songs?
Yeah, it's also something that we go back and forth about a bit. It's there is some concepts in the album. It's not a concept album, but there's always like an overlapping theme or an idea that it's not random stuff.
Okay. I suppose if you can't really sing about something you don't really believe in, that makes sense. Like, you have to believe in the project to believe in what you're saying. Otherwise, I don't think it really works.
Yeah, no. It has to come from the heart, everything. Otherwise, it's just something that you put together, and people won't buy it, I guess.
Very true. So let's talk about Karma Collision. The record comes out May 31st, very close now. You've released a single off the record in The Message. What was the reception like to the single when it came out?
Yeah, quite good actually. It's actually our manager who chose that song. It was something that we didn't expect. It was like, maybe pick this song, and we were like, really? You think so? And he was like, yeah. It's like pedal to the metal. It's like straightforward, and actually, it's really worked well having this one to open the this album campaign with, because it's just like straightforward, and it starts off with guitar solo, and so it's just a good way to kick everything off, I guess.
Yeah, because Season of the Savage came out as well, I believe. Yeah. And like, do you struggle with what to release as singles? Because obviously there's a Spotify generation now, isn't there, where it's like people will take it in and go, cool, what's next? Take it in, cool, what's next? So you kind of want to be like, this is what the album's going to sound like, and we want to draw people in, so let's, give them the bangers.
Yeah, that's something that we actually keep in mind, but it's always guesswork, I would say, when it comes down to Spotify and the way that people listen to music online. It's like all instant, and everything has to go fast. So it's we for us, the main reason to or the motivation to pick a song is mainly because like these are great ambassadors for the album, or what the album stand for. So it's songs that all of us feel, and that are also quite instant, because if you would do like really proggy difficult songs, people would probably don't even bother listening longer than 5 seconds, so we keep it in mind a bit, but I wouldn't say that it's totally decided based on behavior that people have online.
Are you excited to release it, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Really happy to get it, to share it with the world. Yeah.
So what makes this record stand out against Colossal Gods, the last record?
I think it's I would say we've grown as a band for sure, in songwriting, in guitar parts, in vocal lines. Lyrics are better. I think it's a bit more of everything. So I think we mainly grew as a band. That's the difference, but it's a nice follow-up. It's not that it's like that we took a different route, or that it's like completely different. It's in the still vein, in the vein of the first album, but yeah, I think a bit more of everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You've had a lineup change since the last record as well, because you mentioned Dirk before, but you've got Ace in the band now on drums. Did he bring anything different to this record, comparing it to the last one?
Well, actually, Ace, he's a friend of mine for years. I know him for like forever, and he was actually the producer of the first album. He produced Lost of Gods. Yeah. So he's like a drummer and then a producer, which is great to have in the bands. And so he was like already really strongly connected to what this band is about, and he had lost a big hand in sound, but also in arrangements with the first album. And then Dirk is obviously playing in Megadeth, so why the hell would he move back to Belgium to play in this? It would be insane. So, and that's something that I knew from the beginning, that Dirk, we know each other from playing in Aborted years back, and so I know it was like a one-off thing. I could have asked him again, but then I have to find a drummer to play the songs live. I've tried a few guys, and then I was like, Ace, maybe you should give it a shot. You're a really good drummer. He's like, yeah, but I'm not maybe the most metal drummer around. But he's so good, and he's like so driven and everything, that he absolutely nailed it. And then having a solid live lineup, it was like a no-brainer to record this album with the guys.
Yeah. I
think like moving back to Dirk and stepping away from Ace would have been a really weird choice. And he absolutely nailed it. I'm beyond happy with with his drum parts on this album. I think it's absolutely great.
Was there a lot more collaboration in making this album then, as you said, bringing in the touring band instead of just yourself and Dirk?
Yeah, some more. It's we didn't have that much time to record everything. I had a lot of ideas that I had before we started the summer tour, but then after the tour in September, we were like, oh shit, we really need to start finishing this album, and we had until the end of January. So it was like, for us, that seems like a lot, 4 months, but it was quite a lot of work to make this, to record this album. It was like an insane amount of work to record all the vocal lines, to work out all the vocal stuff, and to record everything. Everything is quad tracked, all guitar parts. So that's like, it's quite technical. So that's not the most easy thing to do. But I'm happy with the results. So there was more of it was good to have everyone around me. So it was really nice to throw ideas around and to have fresh opinions on ideas and stuff. So yeah,
it's too easy now for people to stay at home and go, I'll just send you my bits. I'll just send you them over the internet, and you can just have them. And I'm just gonna chill. So I think
exactly.
It's always nice to have that collaboration when you're all together. I think like it just makes an album even better because you're all bouncing off each other and that sort of thing. The album is phenomenal, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely loved it. For me, Magnetic X is one of the best. Is one of my favorites on there, with Godless Beyond It and The Fountain. But with track listing, do you struggle onto where to put what song? Like, is it like, oh, we should have this first because it opens up and it like brings everybody in? It's like, boom, here we go. We'll put this bit lower down. Do like people? Is it quite difficult to set a track listing up for the album?
No, I don't think it was that difficult. I was like, it's something that we decided at the very, very end of finishing the album, was like, oh yeah, shit, track list. Oh, fuck. When the record label were like, oh yeah, can you send me the track list? No. And then I was like, I actually don't know. And it was like Michele, our singer, who was like, I'm like, do you have a suggestion? And he sent me a suggestion. I was like, yeah, this works. This is like actually perfect. And then like hearing it back now and then, I'm like, yeah, I think it's the best track lists. I mean, hearing the songs and the way it flows into each other, it all makes sense. So yeah, happy with his suggestion.
Yeah, it does flow beautifully. Like I said, as just to copy what Tom said, the album is fantastic. Like, I really enjoyed Magnetic X as well. And the message, I completely agree with your record guide. That is a great single song to release. It's fantastic. What songs on the record stand out to yourself?
I really like Godless Beyonder. That's the second track on the album, because it's just like, yeah, it's really technical. It's really riff based, but being a guitar player myself, it's a song that I really enjoy. But also the vocal lines are something that's, I mean, I never expected the guys to come up with those vocal lines, because it's difficult. There's so much going on guitar wise, and sometimes they were like replying to me, there's no room for us. What the hell? Because there's so much going on guitars. And I'm like, yeah, that's your problem, mate. It's not my problem.
Stop showing off, Taze. We want to sing.
Yeah. So and then they managed to wrote stuff on it, and I think it's absolutely great. The vocals on that song. It's strong melodies on really technical guitar stuff. So yeah. And then another song that I also like, it's the second last song, it's the Assassins of the Vision, because it's like more dark and more heavy. It's not as technical as the other ones, but it's just, I like the mood in that song. It has a certain atmosphere that I enjoy, and we played it on a PA rehearsal like yesterday, and it works really well live.
Amazing. I was literally just about to say, is there any particular songs you're really looking forward to playing live if you haven't already played them?
Yeah, actually, Assassins of the Vision is one of my favorites to play live.
So, one thing we love to discuss with musicians on this show is music videos, because we get a mixed bag. People like, I fucking hate making music videos, and other people are, I love it. It's a great day out. What about yourself? Are you a fan or no?
I don't mind videos. Actually, growing up, watching Headbangers Ball, it was a big thing back in the day. So it's like, I can't say, I have to say I love videos, because seeing God of Emptiness from Morbid Angel or Hardwork from Caucus, that's all good stuff. And it was the way there was an amazing introduction to bands. So in that way, I still like videos it's a good way to present your bands in the way you portray your music. Or yeah, I think it kind of works. I like it.
I mean, because obviously,
Although I have to,
go on.
sorry?
Know what you're saying?
Although I don't watch video clips myself anymore
Okay.
these days. Rarely that I've checked out videos from other bands.
That used to be like my days growing up. Before I went to school and when I came back, all I used to do is watch music videos all day, every day. They used to be huge back in the day. Everyone used to live for them. Now, I think, I don't know if it's an attention span thing. I don't know if technology's evolved further and people want to watch shorter clips now. But I think a lot of people don't really seem to watch them anymore. So, I mean, in regards to, obviously, with Cobra, would you do full on, set the scene, let's write a story, let's make a whole thing out of it? Or would you just smash lyric videos out? We
used to do, like, I think we made 4 videos for the first album. The first of that videos was one that I made. It was like an animation. It was like a motion design.
Oh, awesome.
The song Blood Eye. And then we're actually these days with the new album also having that discussion also with our manager, like, should we invest a lot of money in making videos? Is it worth it? Because the main thing that you want to do is sell your people and introduce yourself or introduce your bands to like a crowd wherever they are online. And so yeah, that's something that is an ongoing process. We're still undecisive on yay or nay on videos, They have to be content, but we're also doubting the length of the contents. Yeah, maybe it's more smart to have a really awesome 30 seconds teaser of each song than have like 2 or 3 long full video clips for a few songs.
Because your songs are not short.
No. Because we always work with the same guy who makes all our videos, and he's like, guys, 7 minutes, really? Oh yeah, always saying stuff. Never a 3-minute punk rock song, never. At least not on my watch.
Mind you, your songs don't feel long, if that makes sense. It's like it gets in and go, oh, that's 6 minutes already, holy shit, where's that gone?
So true. I love long songs. I mean, like even Neil Young, Led Zeppelin, all those, Deep Purple. They probably would have kicked your ass when you say they have a 3-minute song back in the day. So amazing. And it's like radio unfriendly, which also makes it cool in a way. Not the smartest move, I guess.
I don't know how much you can talk about it, but we'll soon find out. Obviously, you're playing Arctangent here in August. Are there going to be any album release shows that we're allowed to talk about?
Not decided yet, but we're definitely trying to do more stuff in the UK for sure. So it is happening. I just don't know. I don't have any exact dates yet, but we are definitely. We did Arctangent last year, also Bloodstock, and that wasn't amazing. We all love the UK, so it's definitely a country that we want to play. And actually, Jamie, our guitar player, he is from the UK, but based in Belgium, so that also gives a bit of a connection to the UK.
Yeah, it's great that he managed to get out, lucky bastard. Yeah. He's free. We're still trying to fight our way out ourselves. So yeah, we'll be joining you with that. I fucking love Europe.
Digging another tunnel.
That's how he gets back as well. Just digging his way back in.
He just goes back and forth.
But we probably should mention as well, and we've got you here today. I know we're here to talk about Cobra, but you have got another band in Predatory Void. Is there anything going on with Predatory Void that you can talk about?
We're writing new stuff and also doing some festivals in Europe this summer. But yeah, for the moment it's quite calm because Leonard, the other guitarist who plays in Amun Ra, is touring in the States right now. Should be back soon, and then we start working on new stuff again.
Amazing. So what I like to do is, because there might be people listening to this interview and going, I don't really know Cobra the Impaler, but I'm liking the sound of this guy. I want to go check out some of their music. What's maybe like 2 or 3 songs you'd suggest people check out to get a real feel for what you guys do?
I would recommend Scorched Earth from the first album. That's like a good song to get introduced by our bands. And for the new album, I would say probably The Message is probably a good way to start knowing this band. So yes, Scorched Earth and The Message.
Great songs, great choices.
Thank you.
Just quickly jumping back to the festival talk. With a Cobra show or a Cobra festival appearance, setlist wise, do you change things up depending, because obviously the festival might be somebody who might not be familiar with yourselves, whereas at your shows they are. So festival wise, do you just play all the bangers, or is the setlist the same regardless?
More or less, yeah. I think so. It mainly changes because of set lengths. If you if you open a festival, then it's probably shorter than playing in a headlining show in a club. But we always try to tell our story the way that we want to tell it. So it's not that if we would play on a really heavy metal, like a metal-based festival with a metal audience, it's not that we would skip like more melodic songs, or if you play more of a mainstream festival, that we skip out the heavy stuff. So not really. We just want to tell the story the way we want, and we don't keep a crowd in mind in that manner.
No, that's absolutely. I mean, for yourself, Thijs, like, how do you think you've evolved, like, musically and personally with starting Cobra?
That's a good question. I think what's helped me grow as a musician is working with not typical guys that you would expect in a metal band. You know, if you playing in bands before, were a lot of talented technical players, but it was always the same ballpark in that we were the same skill sets. And then being in Cobra and playing with guys that have more of a rock background, they give you sometimes another perspective on writing music, on arrangements. So that really helped me, like breaking loose from genres, helped me grow as a musician for sure.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, I'm guessing the endeavor is that would you want to move away from your full-time drawing side to do this full-time, or is it something you want to intertwine?
I would say intertwine, because I love both and I don't really want to choose
one over the other.
Exactly.
No, fair, absolutely.
I feel like you could like make like a King Cobra or Cobra the Impaler rather, like comic or something like that, using your skills, because you've got that character there.
That's actually
that'd be an amazing idea.
I have a folder on my computer with like Cobra the Impaler graphic novel or comic book stuff in there. So I had it on my mind because I think it would be awesome, but it's just maybe in due time. Yeah, you never know.
Well, you were talking about the 30-minute clips about, getting people entice them to your band. You could just do like drawings for the 30 minutes. I don't know, animations, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was actually also one of the ideas, because for the first album I made some teasers, because I had like a lot of artwork that was made for that album, and I did make like artwork customized per song. So that's something that I definitely want to do more in the future. But it's also a timing thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also a budget thing, because it's time is money as well. So we spend a lot of time making this music and everything that comes along with playing in a band. So, but in due time, you never know. I would love to do stuff like that.
I look forward to. Go on, Jerry.
You could either animate some clips for the songs, or you could just dance on TikTok for 30 seconds.
Or myself on TikTok is that's probably more realistic. I'm doing this cool dance. Instant fame. Belgian guitarist blew his brains out on TikTok. Let's do that. Amazing.
Oh, Mr. Stevens, have you got any more questions for our wonderful guest?
I do actually. When you first started your journey in guitars, in going to festivals with your dad and that sort of thing, did you ever think that this is where you would end up being today, playing with Cobra the Impaler and with Aborted and just in music generally?
I kind of do. It had such an impact on me that it was like a no-brainer to take that route in life. And sometimes you doubt it, when it's rough and it's not always easy financially in music. That's the reality for all of us. But in the end, you love it so much that you never really consider to quit doing something like this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's incredible. And I mean, I really hope you do get over here soon, other than Arctangent, of course, and do a run of shows in the UK, because I'll be going.
We're definitely talking with people in the UK to make this happen. So
incredible.
Anytime soon, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. And just like you were saying there, like this is what you wanted to do and it's what you do. I really admire that fact. You've got your two incredible careers and they're both things you're like, I'm passionate about this. I'm going to do them for a living. And you fucking did it. You took that gamble on yourself.
Yeah, but it's like it was never something that I decided or I didn't choose it. It kind of chose me to do it, Yeah. That's what I said to James, our guitarist, as well. It's like it's like the universe chose it, and it's not a decision that I made. It's like something that you have to do,
Ooh, I like that.
It was that or a male stripper. Well, I don't have the looks to be a male stripper, so then I'd be in a position.
Well, if it all falls through, you should go back.
Yeah, exactly. One leads to another. That's what I'm actually going to do in our tangent, is doing an amazing strip act.
Oh, God, I'm going now.
Deep in the woods at Arctangent. Fucking love it.
Gutted.
Oh, Thijs, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for sitting and chatting with us. It really means a lot.
Thanks. It was amazing chatting with you guys. Had a really great time. So thanks for having me and taking an interest in our bands.
Absolutely.
Like I said, the record is fantastic, and I implore everyone listening to this, go check it out on the 31st, because as I said, it's fucking brilliant. Before we let you go, any plugs, social medias, websites, where can we send people to check you guys out?
I think if you Google it, you should find it. It's Cobra The Impaler. I think it's quite obvious. We have our Instagram page, Facebook accounts, and Spotify, all the usual suspects. It's out there. All the videos are also on YouTube, so that's also maybe something nice to check out, because we really love that aspect of our bands, is like the videos. So that's definitely worth checking out.
What's amazing is we're releasing this interview the day the album comes out. So
really?
Yeah, it's 31st.
Yeah, we are. This is out next Friday. So yeah,
perfect.
Go and listen to the album right now, guys. Now you've enjoyed the interview, go and listen to Cobra The Impaler right now. It's out right now. Yeah,
there's no excuse now.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about it. When's the release date? Right now, moron. Great, perfect timing. I love it. I love that.
Just time to perfection.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Thijs, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and good luck with the release.
Thanks, guys. Really, thanks again for having me.
Not at all, man. You take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.
Hopefully, see you in the UK. Hopefully,
yes,
soon.
Yes. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. Take care, buddy.
We'll be there.
So do I. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.